Emily worked the register with practiced ease, her fingers flying over the buttons while she greeted each customer with the same soft, polite smile. To strangers, she looked like any other young cashier trying to make a living. But hidden behind that smile were sleepless nights, overdue bills, and a daughter she was raising on her own. The supermarket job was all she had, and every paycheck was stretched until it nearly broke. Yet, no matter how tired she was, she carried herself with quiet grace. A new trainee joined the store that week, an older man named Mark. He wore plain clothes, carried boxes, swept floors, and even asked questions about operating the cash register. Nobody suspected his true identity. Mark was the company's chief financial officer, working undercover to understand how employees were really treated. To the world, he was a polished executive in boardrooms. But here, he blended in with the workers who kept the company alive. Mark had seen countless balance sheets, salaries, and numbers in his office, but numbers never told the full story. So he watched, listened, and learned. It didn't take long before his attention fell on Emily. She was hardworking, patient with customers, even the difficult ones, and always the last to leave her register. But something else caught his eye. She never seemed to take a proper lunch. One afternoon, as the lunch hour rolled around, Mark pretended to organize stock near the break room. He watched Emily sit down with her little girl, Lily, who had been waiting quietly with crayons and a coloring book. Emily pulled a small paper bag from her purse and took out a sandwich and juice box. But instead of eating, she placed them in front of Lily, brushing her daughter's hair from her face. "Eat, sweetheart. Mommy's not hungry." Mark noticed her sip only water before returning to her shift, her stomach empty. Mark's chest tightened. He had signed off on quarterly reports showing the store's profit margins. He knew what executives like him earned. Yet here was a loyal cashier, too broke to afford her own lunch, choosing to starve so her daughter wouldn't. It wasn't charity that Emily offered her child, it was sacrifice, the kind of love numbers could never measure. That night, Mark lay awake, replaying the image of Emily smiling at her daughter while quietly ignoring her own hunger. The next day, Mark worked alongside Emily, pretending to restock canned goods. He tried to start small talk. "You skipped lunch yesterday," he said softly. Emily smiled, though her eyes looked worn. "Mothers eat later. Kids first. That's just how it is." She said it like a joke, but her trembling hands told a deeper truth. Mark wanted to say more, to tell her she didn't deserve this kind of struggle, but he bit his tongue. He wasn't ready to reveal who he really was. Not yet. Over the next few days, Mark kept watching. Emily repeated the same routine: long hours, constant smiles for customers, skipping meals so Lily could eat. Mark also noticed her coworkers respected her, though few truly knew her hardships. She never complained, never asked for pity. And that quiet strength was exactly what made her invisible to those who didn't bother to look closer. For Mark, though, it became impossible to ignore. He made a decision. Something had to change. The following morning, all employees were unexpectedly called to the break room. Whispers filled the air, rumors of layoffs or inspections. Emily looked nervous, clutching Lily's hand tighter than usual. Then Mark walked in, but this time not in his worker's uniform. He wore a tailored suit, polished shoes, and the kind of presence that made everyone fall silent. Murmurs spread quickly. The trainee wasn't a trainee at all. He was the company's CFO. Mark addressed the staff, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "I came here undercover to see what life is really like for the people who keep this company running. And yesterday, I saw something that broke me. A mother giving her food to her daughter and pretending she wasn't hungry. That mother is Emily." All eyes turned to her. Emily's face turned red, tears threatening to spill. Mark continued, "This company should never allow its people to go unseen like that." He turned directly to Emily. "From today, you are promoted to assistant supervisor, with a raise to match your dedication. And starting now, every employee in this store will receive free meals during their shifts. No one should have to choose between working hard and going hungry." The room erupted in applause. Emily buried her face in her hands, overwhelmed. Lily hugged her waist tightly and whispered, "Mommy, now you can eat too." Emily cried openly, finally feeling seen. And for everyone in that room, the moment was unforgettable, a reminder that compassion, when carried into action, could transform lives forever.